Yeah. Fine, students. I have finished my discussion. If you have any questions, you can ask. I don't know the student who has asked the question. I have resolved your question. I don't know who is that. In case you're not clear, and you can ask me again. I'll try to clarify your doubt.
Scattered around the
Students, please mute your mic. Someone is singing songs, right? Okay. Of course, you can sing songs. Okay. Okay, students, the platform is open. If you have any questions with respect to the code, what I've discussed, and you can ask me. Now, the session is in your hands. If you have any questions with respect to any block of code, any doubts with respect to any block of code, you can ask me. This is your XML code. And you see that this is button 1, this is button 2. As you notice, I'll be doing from the beginning. So that begins here, right? As you notice, students are joining. It begins from here, activity.xml. You see that? Everything is a button. This is button, this is button. But what is changing? As I said at the beginning, only the ID will be changing. The name of that. You see that it is button underscore player. And what's the ID here? This button underscore sub. You can see that what is changing here. The two important thing is changing. One is ID. One is ID is changing. And here also you see that the ID is different. And next, what is changing? The text attribute. Here it is C. And what here it is 1. See that remaining everything remains constant. The value, all these things is generated automatically. Everything will be generated automatically. Will be generated automatically. Right? Only you should be very careful about these two boxes. What I have done, these two box tick box. This is very important. Remaining all values will be generated automatically, right? And you can see here. You also see that the value is different, and here you see that the text is different. You also see that the ID is different and the value is different. Everything is same. As you scroll down, everything remains same. Everything remains same. All are buttons. You see that everything is button. You can see that everything is button. Only one thing is text view. Uh, what is this text view, student? Actually, I've said is a label on your calculator. It's your calculator, right? So calculator, I'm having a text call. I'm having a text called simple calculator. I'm having a text called simple. It is displaying here. It is simple calculator. Simple calculator. How you got this simple calculator? In order to display the simple calculator, what you should do in your palette? In your palette, you need to drag and drop text view. You need to drag and drop this text view. So once you do dragging and drop this text view, automatically you'll get this one. And one important thing is you need to edit the text value. By default, you'll get a different text. But this different text, you need to edit to simple calculator. And that's what it is. And here you see that ID, I've kept it as it is. I have not changed the ID because I'm not using this. I'm not using this text view inside my Java code. You see that, students, I have not used this text view inside my Java code, and that's why I've left it as a default ID. Here also you see that, and next one more text view is there, and you see that here I'm having a result. There's something I'm having a result. Of result, I'm having edit text. This result also, what is that? This result also is a text view. This result also is a text view. You see that for text value I've written here result. Result I've written. And you see that this also ID I've left it as a default. Why? Because this text view I'm not referring inside my Java code. Since I'm not referring inside my Java code, I left the value as a default ID. I left the ID as a default ID. In case you're trying to use this view, inside your Java code, then it is good practice to change the default value. Okay. Let me clear my drawings. Yeah. And this is useful. This is what my edit text. This is what my edit text. My simple calculator is looking like this. I have edit text. Here it is simple, simple calculator. Simple calculator. Here I have the buttons. Okay, how to get this line, this edit text? That is, if I click 1, it prints 1. If I click plus, it prints plus. If I click 2, I'm getting print. This line we call this as edit text. This line we call edit text. Now to get this line, In your palette, you need to drag and drop this edit text. So this edit text will have some default ID, and this default ID I've changed to text underscore result. This default ID I've changed to text underscore result, right? And that's what it is. I've changed to text underscore result. Nothing else. Okay. Let me clear my drawings. That's all. Nothing. Everything is a button. Only everything is in this XML code. Everything is button except this text view. This text view is for simple calculator, and one more text view is for result. You see that when I scroll down, you can see, yeah, down you can see that. This simple calculator. How I got this simple calculator and how I got this result using this text view. Using this text view. Using this text view, I got this both. Okay, that's what it is. Nothing else. Okay. And how I got this line? I got this line with respect to edit text. With respect to edit text. Okay. All these things, text view, edit text, everything you can find in your palette. In the left side, you can find this palette. Okay. In your Android Studio, in the left side, you can find palette. In the palette, you can find this text view, and you can find this edit text. Okay. This. I have done with the corresponding Java code I have discussed. On create. Okay. What is this on create? And one more thing. Once you type the code, what you're going to do, you're going to click this arrow button, something like it, right? In other words, you're going to run or you're going to launch. You're going to launch your activity. You're going to launch your activity. So once you launch your activity, the activity will be displayed on your emulator. Okay, use your emulator. Inside your emulator, that calculator will be displayed. Okay, it means this activity will be launched inside your emulator, or this activity will be launched inside your mobile. Okay, this activity will be launched inside your mobile. Okay, so whenever you're trying to launch an activity, okay, initially it executes the code which you write inside your onCreate method. Okay, the block of code which you write inside your onCreate method, it gets executed once you launch your activity inside your mobile or inside your emulator. So that's why by default you see that all Java programs will have protected void onCreate. Why? It is quite similar to main. Okay, in your all C, C++ and Java programs, we have main method. Why we have main method? Because control execution begins from main method. Control execution begins from main method. So with respect to this, Android, whenever you try to launch an activity, okay, the control execution begins from this onCreate method. It begins from onCreate method. So that's why we write entire code. You see that entire code we are writing inside this onCreate method. In this onCreate method, we are referring to the button, and for the button, we are trying to register the corresponding listeners. We are trying to register the corresponding listener. So you see that how many buttons having 1, 2, 3, 4. See, every entire code remains same. There's no difference, students. You see that add, subtract, multiplication, entire code remains same. Everything remains same. You see that everything. Here I'm trying to end. Here I'm trying to end this onCreate. I'm trying to end. Okay. So inside this onCreate, what we're trying to do? Inside this onCreate, we are referring. Inside this onCreate, what we are trying to? We are referring to buttons. We are referring to buttons. After referring to button, what we are trying to do? For this button, we are trying to register. For this button, we are trying to register. What we are trying to register? We are trying to register listeners. Trying to register listeners. Trying to register listeners. Why we should register listeners? Because button is a source. This button generates an event. Button generates an event. Okay. Button generates an event. So in order to process this event, step one is the listener should be registered to this button. So once a listener registers to this button, okay, the event will be notified for this listeners. So once an event is notified for this listeners, and this event has to be processed. So in order to process the events, what we should do? We need to write an onClick method. In order to process the event, what we should do? We need to write an onClick method. The most important is onClick method. You should make it as public. Okay. Why? Because this on-click method has been defined, as I discussed. This on-click method has been defined in an interface. What interface it has been defined? This on-click method is defined in an interface called, let me scroll up, one second. It's defined interface called on-click listener. Okay, this on-click method is defined interface called on-click listener, and this on-click listener interface is present inside the class called view. Now, since on-click is an interface, and this interface has to be implemented by using a keyword called implements. Using a keyword called implements, I need to implement this on-click listener. And that's what it says. That's what. The remaining code, I think you know this. Okay, I'm checking whether user has clicked which button. If user has clicked button 1, then in this edit text box, I need to append 1. If users clicked, if users clicked, uh, if users click button 2, okay, on my edit text box, I need to append 2. If users clicked button 3, okay, on my edit text, I need to append 3. Like that, it goes on. Like that, it goes on. Okay, if users click button equal to, then what I should do? And what I should do, students, I need to get the corresponding text. Okay, so if users clicked 1 plus 2, okay, if users click this equal to sign. If users click the equal to sign, what I should do? I need to extract the value. I need to extract the value which users entered inside this edit text. How I can extract? I can extract using get text. Using get text, what I can do? I can extract the value, that is 1 plus 2. What is this text result? Text result refer to this edit text box. In this edit text box, I want extract 1 plus 2. How we can extract? By calling a method called get text. Okay. And this get text, what I should do? I need to convert to string value. Okay. Now this entire thing, 1 plus 2 entire thing will be a string. And this string, what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to store in data. I'm trying to store in data. That's why the type of data is string. Now I'm checking whether data contains backslash. But anyhow, let me change to plus. Okay, let me change to plus because I'm doing 1 plus 2. Entire code remains same. Only one change you should do. Division you should change to plus, and similarly here also the division you should change to plus. That's all. Entire code remains same. If it is minus, you change plus to minus. Here also change plus to minus. Only these two changes you have to do. The entire code remains same. When you scroll down, you can see that entire code remains same. What is changing, student? What is changing? Only this. Only this will be changing. Okay? Only this will be changing. Standing by it is whether you are doing division or you're doing addition. So right now, with respect to this, I'm doing addition. So that's why I'm considering this as an addition. This is addition. I'm trying to check whether data contains addition. Yes, my data contains addition. This is condition is true. Since the condition is true, I'll be going inside this block of code. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to split the data. I'm trying to split the data with respect to plus. Once I split the data, this entire data will be stored in operands. Operand is an array. Operand is an array. Okay. So in the first index, I'll be having a value called 1. The second index, I'll be having the value called 2. At index 0, I'll be having 1. At index 1, I'll be having 2. And what's the name of the array? The name of the array is operands. And what is the type of this array? The type of array is string. Why? Because the entire data is in the form of string. And that's why the array also is string. That is, this 1 is string and 2 is string. And that's why the array is string. Next, I'm checking what is the length of the array. Since the length of the array is 2, means I'm having this 2, right? First element, second element. What I should do, I need to convert this string. I need to convert this string into double. I need to convert this string into double. How I can convert? In order to convert, I should use a method called parse double. Parse double. And this parse double will be present inside a class called double. Okay. Inside this, what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to pass the corresponding value. Operands of 0 refers to value called 1. You see that 0. Similarly, operands of 1. The name of the array is operands. At index 1, I'm having 2. Now this everything what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to convert to double, and I'm trying to store result in both operand 1 and operand. Now both operands are double. Now since both operands are double, now what I can do? Now happily I can perform division, right, students? You see, on strings we can never perform division. Okay, on strings we can never perform division. So that's why what we are trying to do, we are trying to convert strings to corresponding a double value. Now I'm trying to perform division. So once I perform division, I'm trying to store the result in a variable called result, and the type is nothing but it is double. So once I get the result, now what I should do, this entire result I have to display in my edit text box. How we can display? In order to display, I should use a method called set text. You should know the difference between get. Get means I'm going to get the value. Okay, you see that the two important words is here. I've used get. Get means I want to get the text which is present in my edit text box. Here you see that I've used set. Set means I want to set the text inside my edit text box. As you know, the text result refers to my edit text box, and this edit text box I want to set the text. So when I'm trying to set the text should be in the form of string. The text should be in the form of string. So that's why what I'm trying to do, this entire result which is in the double, I'm trying to convert to string, and I'm trying to display the result. And result will be 1 plus 2, it will be 3. It will be displayed. Okay, and let me clear my drawings. If this condition is false, let us assume this condition is false. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to this else part. In this else part, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to display the toast message. And just now I shown how a toast message looks like, right? Now here, what's the message I want to display? I want to display the message called invalid input. And this invalid input, I want to display for a long time. Okay. So in order to display a toast message, you need to call a method called show. You need to call a method called show, and then only the toast message will be displayed. Then only the toast message will be displayed, right? And thing I've shown is how a toast message looks like, right, students? See that? So this is how a toast message looks like. So what's the toast message I'm writing here instead of this? What's the message? The message is nothing but it will print invalid. It will print invalid input. Print invalid input. And that's all. I think it's not clear. Here this toast message is there, right? Instead of this message will replace with invalid input. This text will be displayed here. That's all it is, students. And that's the overview of this. That's the overview. I've done, students. Any questions? You see that here it is plus. Here it is division. And next here it is multiplication. Everything remains same. And next you see that, and here it is addition, and here it is subtraction, and that's all. The entire code remains same. There's no difference. Everything different. Here also you see that I'm splitting with respect to minus. Previously I've done splitting with respect to plus. And that's all. Only these two values you have to change. The entire code remains the same. One more thing, here also operation also you have to change. If it's a addition operation, it should do operand 1 plus operand 2. This also I think I forgot. I'm not there. Is that operation? This minus. Why? Because I'm trying to perform subtraction. So that's why here. If I'm trying to perform addition, then here should change to addition. Only 3 changes. This first change, this is second change, this is your second change, and this is your third change. These are 3 changes you should do to the code. The same code, the same block of code you should repeat for plus, you should repeat for minus, you should repeat for division, and you should repeat for multiplication. The same code. Only once what you should do in all these 3, you should do these 3 changes. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, students, I've finished. Any questions you can ask me. I'm ready to take your questions. Any questions, students?
Sir, what if the user gives input like A plus B using the keyboard?
I didn't get you.
Sir, in edit text, user can give input, right, sir?
Yes.
So what if the user gives A plus B as the input in the edit text?
He can't give A plus B. How we can give A plus B? 1 second.
Sir, using the keyboard.
No, he can't use the keyboard. No. See, he can't give. See, here, you mean to say that when he's clicking here, he'll getting a keyboard. That's what you're telling?
Yes, sir.
No, I don't think so. Your keyboard won't be displayed. It is displaying? I'm not sure. See, in order to enter the values, you should click these buttons. When you click these buttons, then only the corresponding values will be displayed. 7 plus. No. When you click here, the keyword doesn't pop up. No, it doesn't come. I hope it doesn't come. I hope. It doesn't come. No. In case if it's coming, you let me know, because I don't have this Android Studio. It doesn't come. If you are clicking here, it does not come. In order to enter the value, here, you should click this. You should click these buttons. When you click these buttons, then only the value will come. Probably in case you're telling like this, if user is clicking some A, B, I'll get a toast message. I'll get it. Let us assume that it's taking A, B, C. What I said, it'll execute the else block. In else block, what I'm trying to do, I'll get a message called invalid input. And that's what I said. I'll get a toast message. Probably here I may get a toast message. And just now I shown here. I may get a toast message. And inside this toast message, I'll get invalid input. I hope you answered your question. And this invalid input will be present here. In case you're entering A and B. Right? And someone is typing. Sir, please share the recorded session. PS joined late. Sure, definitely I'll share the recorded session. I'll upload in the YouTube and probably I'll share that link and you can join it. Okay. But one more thing, students, but second half I could not able to record. I know I'll try that. Okay. Yeah, yeah, fine. So I'll do it, students. Yeah. Fine. Yeah, I'll do it. Okay, fine. Okay, definitely I'll share. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Any questions? Yes, you can ask, students. I'm ready to take
the toast message will come.
The toast message?
Sir, the toast message will come only if the operands are not equal to 2. So what if we give it as 2 plus 3 plus 5?
So you will telling 2 plus 3 plus 5. You want to use something like this? Yes?
Yes, sir. It should add, but
yeah,
not.
that's very good question. Probably can enhance this program. The question says it is simple calculator. A simple calculator, just you're trying to do like this, 2 plus 3. That's a very good question. Suppose you want to enhance the code, you can enhance the code for 2 plus 3 plus 5. You can do it. But since the question is simple calculator, and
you can just change the equal to.
Probably you can change the code according to that.
Yes, sir, we can just change that equal to sign greater than or equal to.
Yes, yes, you can do it. That's not a big deal. If you're doing for 2 plus 3, usually you can go for 2 plus 3 plus 5. Since it's a simple calculator, you have done like this. You can edit the code, you can do it. Since you know the logic. Yeah, fine. Yeah, that's very good question. Yeah. Any other questions, students? I'm ready to take your questions. In case there are no questions, I'm trying to end the meeting. If there are no questions, I'll be ending the meeting. Any questions? So shall I end the meeting? Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, students, and that's all for today's class. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, done. I'll be sharing this recording in the YouTube link. Okay, probably if you want to watch, you can watch it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.